What's up everyone, this is KE Collections. The final battle with Tiamat has finally concluded. With that, it's sad to say FGO Babylonia is nearing its end, having one episode left. Spoiler warning for the episode and events that occur afterwards. So, this is an episode that has mixed feelings. I'm sure I'm not the only one. As an anime, it was phenomenal. As an FGO fan, some parts were a letdown due to missing scenes or just didn't meet expectations. One scene in particular, without a doubt, was King Hassan versus Tiamat. I was thrown off by his animation. Whoever made this is perfect. I was concerned that the whole episode will look like this, but thank God it was just this one part. Biggest disappointment was that King Hassan cutting off Tiamat's wings was supposed to be one of the most anticipated scenes in FGO. It was the most talked about too. With such amazing animation from the past, such as Ushi vs Gorgon, Quetzalcoatl vs Tiamat, and Kingu's Chains of Heavens, we were expecting this scene to be one of the greatest, but to skip the wings getting cut out entirely was a huge letdown. By losing her wings, Tiamat was forced to climb up. It also displayed how powerful a Grand Serpent can be, but in the show, she still had her wings, as you can see, which I mean, she could have just flown up then. So, players without a doubt felt disappointed in this scene. We also would have liked to see King Hassan on screen a bit longer, but whenever he was, besides the intro, they did him justice. The guy was a freaking savage. I'm sure the Lamus are shitting themselves if they could. Like I said, the animation was a lot better than the intro, and just seeing him fight even for a short moment, my god, I can't wait to see him in the movies. Now, the unexpected munching on Lamus was out of nowhere. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I didn't really care. It was out of character because I don't remember him being this viciously gruesome, because there's just something about ripping things apart with your teeth and stuff. It's gruesome and everything. I wish he had burned them with his fire instead, but I was too busy laughing at the Lamu who stabbed him. Yo man, you don't mess with Gramps! One thing I loved about this episode is the fight with the 11 elite Lamus. They were basically the second to last boss in Babylonia. Them serving as an obstacle for the characters in a moment of crisis was great, although I didn't like the inconsistencies in strengths between them. They were supposed to be very powerful. Ishtar got wrecked and she's a powerful goddess. They even shot up King Hassan, but some other Lamus just died kind of easily. Like when fighting against Merlin, although he did struggle, or getting shot by Gilgamesh. I also didn't really like how the Lamus disappeared or, got Thanos snapped by Tiamat. Seems like a cheap win because they were such a huge obstacle in the beginning. I would have preferred King Hassan killing them all or something, especially that's when you get to use him in the game to fight against the Lamus. Maybe they could have skipped out on the intro. We could have 1 minute and a half-ish? I can't remember how long the intro was, but we could have saved some time and used that to show more fight scenes or something. Speaking about Merlin, yo, him using the sword was freaking epic. Reminded me of Gandalf. But sometimes him being so silly and a meme among the fans, we tend to forget he was a mentor to Arturia and he's very powerful. So they gave him some spotlights, loved it. Another huge letdown was that Jaguar Warrior was not in the final fight. I expected her to show up to fight the Lamus, but I think they completely forgot about her. She hasn't shown up since episode 17, I believe. She's a comedic character without a doubt, but when it's time to fight, she's a reliable ally. And to have been completely written off as a comic relief character, I have to admit, I was disappointed. Taiga helped out a lot, especially in the final battle. My only assumption was that her silliness could have ruined the serious tone of the episode, but I think they could have changed things up to make it work. Like I said in my previous review, have her and Kes show up to fight, and the fight with the 11 Lamus was a perfect opportunity to do so. But Gilgamesh coming back as an archer was great! Gates of Babylon, him standing there like a complete and total badass. Another anticipated scene for us fans, and it did not disappoint. Damn bastard, give back our tears! The Negagenesis was completely new, and I liked it. It offers a final obstacle the characters have to overcome. Now, I didn't do research in terms of the ability, but I've read on forums that the show messed up on how it's supposed to work or something. Again, I didn't look into it, but for me, like I said, I liked it. And yet another epic moment. Yo, how about that Merlin Mash and P combo? One of the most overused combinations in the game. This was new as well. I felt like Clover Works know about this being overused by players, so they included this as a little fan service for us. Maybe, maybe not, but epic nonetheless. And god damn it, the feels. Best goddess disappearing. She's done so much for the characters, but don't worry, she's okay thanks to a certain golden sheep. Now, the thing is, her disappearing did occur in the game, but it was kind of less dramatic and sort of off-screen. It also occurred after Tiamat dies. But props to Clover Works for making this scene such a beautiful experience, a great send-off to an amazing character. So, Ritsuka going to stab Tiamat was again a changed content. Oh my god, you can't satisfy people, I tell you. Viewers hated him because he was useless and he didn't do anything. Now that he's doing something very important, viewers hate him for trying to kill Tiamat. Everyone has their own opinions though, but remember, he is the protagonist of the story. Like it or hate it, Ritsuka does need the spotlight, so I personally liked it. And that faux teleportation, he's the real MVP here. And the final noble phantasm everyone was waiting for. Aya and Numa Elish, such an epic scene. The sound effects, like goddamn, you gotta give praise to it more. It sounded powerful, and honestly, they did Gilgamesh's return justice. However, another major disappointment was that they cut out Gil's speech to Tiamat. He was supposed to tell her that he and Uruk do not hate her. They feel anger towards her because, you know, she kind of burned his city and killed majority of his citizens, but there is no hatred in their hearts. And that children will always leave their mothers no matter how much love they receive from them. They sort of replaced that with Ritsuka instead. Not the same, but it's their way to comfort Tiamat a bit. I felt like Gil's speech is more appropriate since he has a stronger reason and relation to Tiamat compared to Ritsuka. But again, Ritsuka is the protagonist of the story, so I can understand him receiving the spotlight. They could have still included Gil's speech though, especially if they cut out the opening song for more time. Now, I'm willing to admit, first time watching, my expectations ruined the episode for me. I was really looking forward to King Hassan cutting Tiamat's wings. The lack of taiga and a few other things was a huge letdown for me. But I did like the new scenes added. However, watching it a second time, removing my expectations, I really enjoyed it. Not the best episode I was hoping it would be, but definitely top 5. And I'd encourage you to do the same. Try rewatching it. Give it a shot. Sometimes rewatching something can change your mind, but I can see both sides. As an FGO fan, there was disappointment without a doubt, but from an anime perspective, it was amazing. Sometimes changes may or may not work, depends on the person honestly, but Clover Works, I still give them credit for a phenomenal adaptation as a whole, while taking risks and trying new things. But what are your thoughts for episode 20? A tremendous thanks to all my patrons for supporting me. If you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon or channel membership. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Fates content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and join my Discord server. All links are in the description. Have an awesome day, everyone. Till next time.